What's up guys, it's Chris from GoFilmNow.com. We're gonna be talking about the best DSLR for video today. Now let's start off with the Sony a7S, not one, but two. This is a killer camera that's out on the market right now. This is a DSLR, it's a little expensive, it's on the high price point, but it's a great camera. One thing, it's full frame, okay? This thing shoots full frame images. You're gonna record video that looks great, that looks cinematic, because it matches those higher end cameras that shoot the Hollywood pieces that we see. Another thing, it has 4K internal, so you can capture those giant images and store up your hard drives really fast. No, I'm just kidding, but it's amazing looking footage, captured at 4K, high resolution. One more thing, it's great in low light. All right, this camera is killer in low light. It shoots amazing. You can shoot like outside at night with your friends or with your actors under the moon and still capture some decent looking footage. That's nuts. This camera is great. It's on the higher end of the spectrum price point wise, but I would really recommend it. I have a friend that shot on it for a year or so and he loved it. The next camera, and actually my biased favorite, I use it myself for my personal projects, is the Panasonic GH2. This again is still a little pricey, not as pricey as the Sony a7S, but this little camera packs a punch, let me tell you. All right, it's a micro four thirds sensor, so it's not full frame, but there's some hacks around this, okay? You can get a speed booster and make it full frame. That's what I've done. But if you're just shooting on micro four thirds, it still gets the job done. The image on this little guy is amazing. It looks great. There's a lot of versatility with it. It also has 4K internal, which is amazing. It can shoot 60 frames per second at 1080p. It can go all the way up to a pretty high frame rate, so it can shoot a lot of really slow motion stuff. I tried to push it on a film I put out a few years ago called Chalk. I've included a link below to that where I recorded, I believe, at 96 frames per second. So really slowed down the footage. A great little camera for the price. It's even going to get cheaper because the GH5 came out. We'll talk about that in a second. The big brother has come out, the GH5. This is a great camera, better, an upgrade from the GH4, also a bit more expensive. But this thing really packs a punch. It shoots 422 10-bit 4K, which is nuts. You don't need, and that's internally, you don't need an external monitor. You don't need something to record that. You can shoot that in your GH5. That is crazy. It also has a gimbal inside of it. So for those of you who struggle with shaky footage, the GH5 will really help you out and help stabilize some of those lenses you use that really may shake a lot when you're running and gunning with them. This camera is super versatile, great for runners and gunners. The image is amazing looking. I would definitely consider checking out this camera if you have the budget for it. Now we're moving into the Nikon. This is a more classic DSLR. Okay, this isn't just for video. This is also a great camera for photos. So if you're a photographer, if you take photos on the side, this might be a great option for you. This is the equivalent of the Canon 5D Mark III. It shoots great video, 1080p. It looks really good. Again, if you're a Nikon user, a photographer looking to get into video, this might be a great camera for you, especially if you have Nikon lenses that fit this camera. I would definitely recommend checking out the Nikon D810, which leads me to the Canon 5D Mark III. This is a great camera as well if you're into photography. This guy really started the DSLR video movement, and it still produces a great image in terms of quality. You can find it a little cheaper used now also because more cameras have been coming out. You got great image quality on this Canon 5D Mark III. Definitely check it out. It started the movement. You can find tons of videos and the footage that it looks like, but it's definitely a viable option. Shoots good video. That brings us to another Canon camera, a little brother of the 5D, the Canon 80D. This is a good price point. You can find it for around $1,200. It shoots a great little image and also shoots 1080p at 60 frames per second. If you don't know what that means, essentially what it means is you can slow down footage to 40%. So you can shoot some slow-mo that looks great and that's a good size. Again, not as good as the GH5 or the a7S II, but it's not as expensive either. So it's a great little camera. If you're a fan of the Canon family, I would definitely recommend checking it out. And last but not least, this was actually a camera that I wanted to put on here, the GH2, the Panasonic GH2. The reason I put it on here is because I still use this on my personal stuff sometimes. I shoot these little Instagram videos every week, just 10 seconds a day, try to edit it together at the end of the week. Real low key, no pressure from me, but I shoot this on my GH2 because it is such a great little camera and you can carry it around and the footage looks amazing. You can hack it to make your footage look even better, which is what I've done. But now you can find this thing so cheap on eBay. It's nuts, like a few $100. So definitely it's worth checking out because the image quality is great. You can find all these cameras below. You can purchase them, check them out. You can also check out gofilmnow.com. I've got some awesome camera resources on there for you. Some awesome pre-production, production, and post-production resources too. If you're looking to market your film or looking to have help with lighting and also color grading, check out gofilmnow.com. Thanks for checking this video out, guys. I will talk to you later.